Good morning, everyone. How are you? I think all are you fine. So now just to start the session. So, what is the topic name? Is metal and non-metal. So I just to discuss uh, about the physical properties of a metal in our previous class. So, now just continue that physical properties. First, we just know about the appearance of metal. Second one is hardness. Third one is malleability. Fourth one is ductility. And I just comes to sonority. So we can say that what do you mean by a sonority? Sonority is the another properties of a metal, okay, that create a sound. Just like that, the ability of a metal to produce ringing sound is called. We know that metal are hard in nature. When you just stuck a metal with any object, any hard object, that can create a loud sound or a huge sound. So metal are described as a sonorous metal. Listen carefully. Those substances create a loud sound, like your metal that create a loud sound, a huge sound that is clearly properly audible to us. Okay, those substances called, or those materials are called the sonorous materials. So because they can create a loud and resonant sounds. Okay, I will just discuss and give you an experiment here. Okay, so metals like spoon. We know that spoon is a metal, or coins produce a ringing sound, making them sonorous. Okay, I'll just give you example that. What is this? This is spoon or not? And this one is the one type of just metal I will hold here. When just start to fall, another metal, what will they create? What will we create? They can create a huge or loud sound. So just remember that in our school bell, like example, in your school bell and ghungroos, like the classical dancer, was the classical dancer that use a ghungru to perform their dance. So they are the produce or the loud sound. Your school bell, ghungroos are made up of metal. So that they can create a large or loud sound. Can you say that is non-metal create a sound? Can you say that non-metal can create a huge or loud sound? I will show you. Is it a duster? And we know that duster is made up of wood, and that is the non-metal. When just fall on the surface, look at, and any object like this one is what? Non-metal, also made up of wood. Can it create a large or huge sound? No. We know that a non-metal also creates sound. As compared to metal, non-metals create a dull sound. मतलब उसकी जो साउंड होता है ना, वो धीमी ही साउंड होता है नॉन मेटल का. अगर स्कूल का बेल आप लगा दो, when ringing the bell of the school, like the ghungroos, that create a large sound or the huge sound. So non-metal like coal, wood produce dull sound when you draw, so they are not sonorous. Listen carefully. They are not sonorous. It not means that non-metal do not create a sound. Non-metal create a sound, but the sound is a dull sound. उसकी जो sound होता है ना, इतने भी जोर से सुनाई नहीं देता है. So I give the real life examples of sonorous. That one is ringing sound of a ghungru. Okay, is the one worn by the classical dancer. Is because it's sonorous in nature. And we know that ghungru is made up of metal. Okay, and another example I give the school bell. Now it goes to the conduction of heat. The conduction of a heat. What do you mean by conduction? We can say that. What is the meaning of conduction? Listen carefully. So conduction is the transfer of heat through a material from one point to another point. Here give the picture here. Conduction is the transfer of heat through a material from one point to another point. Okay. And the transfer from a hotter part, heat should be transferred from hotter part to the cooler part. Okay or not? Here is just as just burn a candle, and here is the metal rod. Any metal this one is a metal rod. When I start to hit them, the heat in this one is the starting point. This one is your ending point. Listen. So heat should be transferred from hotter part. This one is otherwise called as, this one is your hotter part of the metal rod. Another one is your cooler part. The heat should be transferred from hotter part to the cooler part. So you just remember what is the proper definition of a conduction. The conduction is the transfer of heat through a material from one point to another point. Okay. So, do you tell me, metal have a conduction or not? Can a heat transfer through a metal? Can heat transfer through a metal? Yes. So, metal like those used in cooking vessels like aluminium, copper, iron. Just look at cooking vessel where your mom is cook food. Okay. In cooking vessel, they are also made up of metal. Okay. And they are good conductor of heat. Metal are good conductor of a heat. They can easily carry the heat from one point to another point. So, good conductor of heat, transferring heat quickly to cook food. Okay. So that your mom easily cook the food with the metal vessel. Another non-metal. Can you say that this wood, in this wood, can heat transfer through it? Can heat transfer through this wood or through the duster? Tell me. No. So wood is a poor conductor of heat. Listen carefully. Wood is a poor conductor of heat because wood is a non-metal. And a spoon, your iron, that is the good conductor of heat because the heat can easily pass through it. So staying cold than metal when placed in hotter water, which is why vessel handles are made up of wood and other conductor. We just what is conductor and what is insulator, इसके बारे में हम डिस्कशन करेंगे. Here are some example I will give you. First example is how the heat transfer through a metal rod. Second example we just do through a wooden spoon, and second one is metal spoon. So if a metal spoon and a wooden spoon are both left in hot water. Just hold a hot water and put a metal spoon and another is a wooden spoon. You can tell me that in which spoon the heat should be conduct very fast. Tell me. आपको अगर एक मेटल स्पून दिया जाएगा और एक वुडन स्पून दिया जाएगा, you just put it both in warm water, in hot water. What will you observe in that? You observe that metal spoon much heater to the touch. If you touch the metal spoon, just observe that what if you touch the metal spoon, they are much hotter to touch. अगर आप टच करोगे ना मेटल स्पून बहुत जल्दी से गर्म हो जाता है compared to wooden spoon. Okay, this is because the metal is what? We know that metal is a good conductor of heat. So metal conduct heat faster from the hotter water to your hand while wood does not. जितना जल्दी आपका स्पून में हीट ट्रांसफर हो सकता है उतना जल्दी आपका वुड में स्पून में जितना जल्दी आपका हीट ट्रांसफर हो सकता है वुड में उतना जल्दी हीट ट्रांसफर नहीं हो पाता. Okay, because spoon is a good conductor of heat, wood is a bad conductor of heat. Is it clear? Look at the picture. This one is your metal spoon, another one is your wooden spoon, and this is your hot water. Okay. Okay. So that listen carefully, metal and wood spoon immersed in hot water. अगर हम उसको hot water में डालेंगे तो you just observe that what will be happen. So that is why vessel handle are often made up of wood or plastic that should be easily carried out. We can't suddenly hold the metal object when they become heat. Okay, so that in your cooking vessels, just note that is the insulator should be coated. अब जो कुकिंग वेसल होते हैं ना आपकी मम्मा जो कुक करते हैं ना इसमें हैंडल में आपका इंसुलेटर लगा होगा और जहां से हम कुक करते हैं दैट शुड मेड अप ऑफ मेटल. ओके, so that we can hold them safely without getting burned. Okay. Okay, I'll show the example here how the heat should be transferred from the hotter part to the cooler part. Hold on. Amit. I'll take